So here we have the Hyundai Tucson 1.7 CRDI Premium Automatic on a 17 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through a few of the controls on the inside. But from the outside you can see it's got alloy wheels, 5 doors and tinted windows around the rear. Let's start off inside the boot and then work our way around the rest of the car from there. As we approach the back of the car, you'll see we've got reversing sensors. This car also has a reversing camera, which I'll show you when we're inside the car. Loads of boot space, as you can see, with a 60/40 split folding rear seat. And then underneath this area, a full-size spare wheel. Not only is it full-size, but it's an alloy spare wheel as well, which is very rare. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back round to the front of the car now, and then I'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But now that we've done a full circle of the car, you can see that it's in fantastic condition the whole way around, and a really lovely looking car. Just briefly before I climb in, I wanted to show you inside both the rear door and also the front door. The rear door, you can see rear passengers benefit from heated seats. 2 different settings, and that's the same on both sides of the car. And then in the front here, we have electrically adjustable seats, obviously full leather front and rear. There's plenty of other bits to run through on this dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that right now. Okay, so now that we're inside the car, we're going to start off with the dials. On the left hand side we have the rev counter, and on the right hand side the speedometer along with the fuel gauge. In the middle we have a trip computer, which includes the total miles on this car of 9,036. You can change the information that's displayed above that using controls on the steering wheel. There's various different menus you can see along the top section here, and you'll see me now scrolling through those. So that's like the main trip computer there, fuel economy information and what have you. Satellite navigation, lane assist. So this is all the kind of driver functions, but this car's got lane departure warning system, so it will warn you should you drift from your lane. And there's videos showing how that works on our website. Then your music, vehicle service and service information, and settings. So you can change things like the way the lights stay on, whether the doors automatically lock as you drive off, all those sorts of things. The controls I was using a moment ago to do that are just here. We've also got cruise control over this side as well, and all of that is activated using these buttons, and you can change your speed and what have you from there. Over on the left hand side we've got stereo controls, as well as the ability to answer and end phone calls with those 2 buttons just there. That is, of course, once you paired up the phone, which is done on the touch screen over in the center here. So you can see beneath the screen you've got a few buttons for accessing kind of main menus and what have you. Your phone menu down in the bottom corner there, for example. We're on the radio at the moment, so you can see this car's got FM radio, AM radio and DAB digital radio as well. On top of that, in terms of other ways to listen to your music, you can connect up a USB device or an auxiliary device. And once you paired up your phone for Bluetooth, you can listen to music via Bluetooth audio as well, so you can stream it wirelessly. This car also has satellite navigation, which is accessed over this side. And I did mention when we were at the rear of the car that we had a reversing camera. You can see that there now. So it's a full colour camera with the guidelines on the ground showing you what direction the car would be headed in relation to the image that you see behind you. So really clear and easy to use. Beneath that we've got the dual zone climate control, so you can adjust the temperature independently on either side of the car. Fan speed in the middle here, and then simply hit that button to turn the air conditioning on or back off again, or hit auto and the car will maintain those temperatures for you by adjusting the fan speed itself, and you can override that simply by readjusting the fan speed manually. Below that we've got heated seat for the passenger and driver, heated rear screen, and that button will send the air conditioning to the front screen for you. And under that, 2 12-volt charging sockets, the auxiliary and USB input that I mentioned previously, a fully automatic gearbox, and we've got a few settings here. So this is the electronic handbrake first of all. This will turn on or off the front parking sensors. This is the auto hold for the handbrake, so if you put your foot on the brake firmly, when you come to a stop, the handbrake will apply itself automatically. Driver mode will enable you to change the setup of the gearbox from sport back to normal again. This button is for stop and start, so this car's designed to cut out in traffic to save you fuel. Hitting that button will turn that system off. And this is for if you know you're going to go off-road. Hit that button, the car will then kind of put itself in a kind of slightly more sensitive setting and deal with off-road driving that little bit better. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to call any of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.